Hi there, extraordinary thinkers. Travathan here. So today we are doing the last video in the happiness series. What's a happiness series? 12 videos that give you tips and tricks on ways that you can make yourself happier. Not hard, real simple, but very powerful. So if you have not seen those videos, after you watch this video, go back to number 1 and just get a cup of tea or something and just sit down, take some notes, watch all the videos, okay? So if you have not subscribed to the channel, go down and do that. I'll put out a new video for you every week. Sometimes there's more than that, but absolutely every week. Usually drops on Sunday here in the US. So today we are going to talk about setting goals and priorities that light you up. Why is it important? Because when you are doing things in your life that light you up, no matter what that is, your soul knows it. And you grow more as a person. You are going to be happier when you're doing things that light you up. And you're just going to love your life more. It's just really like a kind of no-brainer thing, but a lot of people don't think about it. So what I want to say about this is, for business people, there are 3 types of goals. There's A, B, and C type goals. An A type goal is what most people do. They go get a job. That's a goal. And they earn a paycheck and they live a life. And that's perfectly fine. The difficulty with that is that if you lose the job, you got to start all over again. Yeah, so you might want to make sure you get a job that lights you up, because the majority of people in the world don't do that. They just get a job that's going to pay the bills. So a B-type goal is owning your own business. And in a B-type goal, when you own your own business and you pick something that you know how to do, that may not be what lights you up. It just may be what you know how to do, but you're not going to get the happiness benefit from that. So even with the B-type goal, and if it's something that you just know, if I do this and do this and do this, this is going to happen, you know how to sort of follow the breadcrumb trail, make sure it's something that lights you up. One of the things that I had an experience with when I was doing a lot of therapy, I was a therapist for children, and I would sometimes go to their home and do a review and kind of just watch them for a while and talk to them for a while and kind of see where they were at, and then feed that back to the parents so we knew what would be the next step with them. So I worked with 2 little girls. Both of their parents were doctors, medical doctors. And one of the little girls loved art. Oh boy, she just couldn't get enough of it. And the other one loved music, so she's playing piano all the time. So the mom came home for us to talk. They usually leave while I do this, and she came home for us to do the last part of the consult. And I mentioned to her that one of the girls was very good at music and the other one was very good at art. Now these girls were very young. They're still in elementary school. And she gave me the funniest look and she just said, "That's not happening. That is not happening. They can do it when they're children, but as soon as they're out of elementary school, that stuff's got to stop, because they're going to have a career, and we're preparing them that way as soon as they're out of school, grade school, to get them into that career. So they're going to choose a career that's viable. Like my husband and I are doctors. They're going to be doctor scientists, something of that sort, so that it's a viable career. We will not have struggling musicians and struggling artists in this house." Let that sink in. Let that sink in. So the last video I just did was about authenticity. So what does this say to you, this story I'm telling you? It's saying that these girls were never going to be allowed to be their authentic self. They were never going to be allowed to choose a profession that lit them up, that brought them joy, that just made them want to jump out of the bed in the morning. That wasn't going to happen, and that's sad, but that's a lot of society. There's that thing in our society, do something that's just going to earn you most money. I have friends who have done that. I have had friends that have killed themselves because of that. So that's not necessarily going to make you happy. So if you do a B-type goal, just make sure it's something that lights you up. That's really important. Don't just choose something that you know how to do. Okay? Sorry, my hair keeps getting it like in my face here. So sorry about that. Flip the hair. Oh, I should have done that. Like, oh yeah, I could have been a Valley girl. Anyway, I digress. So a C-type goal is a really big goal that really lights you up, that really makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning, that really wants to move you forward, and you just love doing it, but you don't know how it's going to work out. So with the C-type goal, I always encourage people to use meditation, visualization, affirmations, and I definitely suggest they have a coach, somebody like me who understands the power of the subconscious mind, because you're going to have to use it a lot. So the other part about this is, even if you're not in business and maybe even you're retired or something, or you're just starting out or something like that, in your daily life, do the things that light you up. So for instance, one of the things that I do is I do my work day. I make sure I get my work stuff done. But as soon as my work stuff is done, I get to go in and do art. I have an art studio in my house, and I get to go in and do art. And I just get to go in there and like a play. And quite literally, sometimes I will go in there and just finger paint. Just like a kid, because it just lights me up and it just opens up my mind to the next step, like collage or doing a painting, or now I do love to do abstract landscapes. It might open me up to that. Sometimes I will go in and make jewelry. Some, like this, I don't think you can see it here, probably not, but this ring that I'm wearing is a piece of jewelry I made. I love stones. I love lapidaries. So I took a piece of I think this is, not sure what it is, but it's a pretty, it's very pretty. But I made a ring out of that, and I did some wire wrapping and stuff. So that's very artistic for me. But I would be out of balance if all I did was work. I would also be out of balance if all I did was make art, because I do have to earn a living. So the balance is important, but in both of those things, I need to make sure both of those things light me up. So in the type of coaching I do, it has to be the type of coaching that lights me up. The clients that I choose have to be the type of clients that light me up. I do not just take anyone. I just don't. There's some prerequisites to working with me, and I'm going to make sure that you're a fit for me and I'm a fit for you, and that kind of thing. So lots of coaches will just work with anyone because they want to pay the bills. I won't do that. I trust the universe enough to believe that the universe is going to bring me the right people, that they will be led to me and I will be led to them, and it'll all work out in the end. And if I am working with someone and they're not doing the work, for instance, and that's not lighting me up, because I'm going to feel like I'm not accomplishing anything either, and I'm going to let that one go. Okay, so it's really important that you define you, and you don't let the things around you define you. So it's really critical as far as you being happy, especially if you do want to live a life as an extraordinary thinker, which means you're going to go for your highest goals, your highest value, your highest self. You're going to make sure that what you're doing brings you joy. So when you're choosing your goals, be sure that you're looking at it closely, that you're doing the things that light you up, that inspire you, that motivate you. Quite honestly, if you don't, you're really not going to even want to get out of bed. I know a lot of people right now that are working at jobs that they really don't like. They really don't want to do them. And they're working on changing that because they've realized it's not lighting them up, and they do need to have something that lights them up. I have worked with people in the past that have very high-end careers, lots of money, and they've ended it all. They've left the corporate lifestyle, the whole thing, because it just didn't light them up. And they've gotten lots of criticism, and they've learned how to just kind of knock that off. Because the reality is if you are doing the things in your life that light you up, whatever that is, you're going to be happier. You're going to actually live longer. There's lots of research around this. When you are happy, you live longer. Your immune system is stronger. Your brain functions better. You sleep better. All kinds of good things happen from you just doing what lights you up. So that's what I wanted to say about that today. It's very brief, I know. I always encourage you to be your greatest, highest, and best extraordinary self. If you don't know what that is, if you don't know that you're extraordinary, I'm definitely going to suggest that you get, let's see, that's better, that you get the latest book that I wrote, Loved Beyond Compare, because you are loved so much more than you realize. So much more than you know. And this tells you about 10 birthrights that you have that you probably don't know about because they're never discussed in common society. There are 2 companion books that go with it. There's a journal and there's a manifestation planner. So, I really strongly want to encourage you to take a very close look at what lights you up. And please don't let other people tell you what's okay and what's not okay. And if quite a few things light you up, go for it. I know I do. I have a friend, a longtime friend, who has a profession in the entertainment industry. And he has been seen as an actor. And so people look at him, oh, he's that actor. Again, he was very highly criticized. Well, you can't do that. You're an actor. You can't play music too. A lot of actors play music, but it was just that people were limited in their mind as far as what we like to pigeonhole each other. Don't let yourself be pigeonholed, okay? Do the things in your life that light you up. If you love to cook, cook. If you love to sew, sew. If you love to garden, garden, etc., etc., etc. And if you are in business, I just want you to be mindful of the fact that if you just do something in business because you think it's going to make you money, but it doesn't light you up, you are not going to be successful. Even if you make mega bucks and you blow your whole life up with millions and millions of dollars, in the long run, it isn't going to make you happy because it doesn't light you up. So I'm going to put up some videos here to kind of keep you on your path, and hopefully you will look at these videos. And yes, if you did not catch all this series, this is number 12 of this series. This is the end of this series, the happiness series. Go back to 1 and write down your notes as you watch the videos. Have a cup of tea, have a glass of wine, whatever you like to do, but do take notes and learn more about making yourself happy. So, until next time, take good care of yourself, be well, be safe.